Well, hello, Charlotte friends. Usually when I make one of these videos, it's either hurricane and destruction or wintertime storm. We're now in December, so we have our first major winter storm potential coming up this weekend. So I thought I'd give you an update today, and I'll try to put out an update each day leading up to this. So very briefly, this is the picture across the country today. So nothing much going on over us. There's some snow in the North Carolina mountains today, but for the most part, we have cold conditions, northwest flow, and it's kind of partly cloudy outside right now. So nothing's really going to happen over the next couple of days. Over here, down in the southwestern U.S., you see the stream of cloud cover coming in across Mexico and up into Arizona and New Mexico. This is going to be our storm system that's basically going to move across the southern U.S. And by Friday and Saturday is going to develop over the Gulf and then eventually move up the Atlantic coast and potentially bring us quite a bit of winter weather this weekend. Um, as we get closer and closer, it's looking more and more like we're going to have some substantial winter weather across much of North Carolina as we head into the weekend. This shows you this is high up in the atmosphere. This is what we call 500 millibars, about halfway up through the atmosphere. You see the storm system way out here off the Pacific, and if I step this forward through time, you can just watch. It basically just progresses across the country, across Mexico. Now it's in Texas in this time frame. Then it just moves across Louisiana, and eventually you can see it starts interacting with our area. And this is Saturday into Sunday is the time frame where this thing is going to swing by us and produce potentially quite a bit of snow, sleet, and or freezing rain. So that'll give you just a couple model perspectives. This is the latest model that came out this morning. So a couple things are happening. So this is what's happening now. So a big high pressure over us. So pretty clear, cold conditions outside. But what's really important is this next high that's here over the Dakotas and Minnesota. This is really cold air, and that's going to sink southeastward, and then it's eventually going to come down the east coast. And if you watch that, there goes our high pressure system. It moves across into Ohio, and then eventually moves into Pennsylvania. And what this does is the flow around it is clockwise. It's going to start sending lots of cold air our direction starting on Saturday. Meanwhile, there's an area of low pressure down here, and it's going to be throwing a ton of moisture up off the Gulf of Mexico. So basically, you get colder down near the ground. All this moisture goes up over top of it, and you get all this precipitation that's generated. So that's the setup. So a couple big factors is how strong does this high get? How much cold air is able to funnel down southward along the eastern side of the mountains where we are? And then where does this low go? And if I step this forward, you can see this model has the low tracking across Florida, and then eventually right off the South Carolina coast. The closer it is to us, the warmer it is, and the more chance we have rain. A little bit more offshore, the better chance that we get more frozen precipitation. So I can show you with the current model. This came out 7 a.m. this morning. The models, to me, have trended a bit cooler with this past run. And if you watch, nothing's going on now over North Carolina, but you can see here comes the leading edge of precipitation. This is Saturday morning. This is Saturday afternoon around 1 or 2 in the clock in the afternoon. This is just some light rain moving in, but the air will be really dry, so it probably won't even reach the ground. It's more just clouds rolling in at this point. But by the time we get to sunset, 5, 6 p.m. in the evening, you can see some very light snow, some light rain moving over our area. But because it's so dry and so cold, it should quickly change to snow, and you can see a pretty broad area of snowfall from about the North Carolina, South Carolina line northward along the I-40 corridor back through the mountains. And then that continues overnight. So very heavy precipitation overnight. Again, just like most of these situations, look where the rain snow line kind of is. And the models don't do a great job pointing this out, but you can kind of get a feel for it. It's kind of like the North Carolina, South Carolina border, essentially. And Charlotte's right on the edge, just like always. And then you can see as time goes on, ice starts mixing in, so lots of sleet and snow. This is during the morning hours on Sunday. And then this continues kind of, again, the rain snow line right over us. This is late in the day on Sunday. And then as the system pulls away, cold air will come in on the backside. And I think we could see snow into Monday. So this is Monday morning. This is Monday afternoon. So this is going to be a long duration event. It's going to start late in the day on Saturday, all Saturday night, all day Sunday, Sunday night into Monday. We can see a variety of precip. It could start as snow, switch back to sleet, switch to all rain potentially, then go back to snow on the backside. So there's a lot of possibilities here in terms of what we might see. If you look at total snowfall that the model is projecting for our area, if you just step this forward, this is one particular model. You can see, and again, this is, you got to be careful. This is snow and sleet combined together. So I have a feeling this isn't going to all fall as snow. And again, notice here's kind of the dividing line. So from Greensboro back towards Charlotte, Asheville, Boone, all these areas, it looks like the I-40 corridor easily 2 feet of snow could fall from the storm system. It looks like the potential is certainly there for that. Charlotte, I think we're going to see a lot more ice mixed in, at least what the models look like currently, which will keep the totals down. So I don't think we're going to get 18 inches of snow. We could certainly see several inches of snow and then several inches of sleet piled on top of that, is what it looks like. So this is the what's called the American model, the GFS. If we switch this to the European model, this will show you its version of what it thinks is going to happen. Whoops, let me step it back a few frames. So it shows you, again, the same time frame, sometime Saturday, late Saturday into Sundays overnight. You can see it's projecting for us couple inches of snow, then 7, 8 inches of snow. And then notice nothing's adding to that total around Charlotte because that's probably ice that's falling. And then on the backside, when it changes back to snow, notice it adds a few more inches on Monday. So this model is also showing, kind of the rain snow line somewhere near Charlotte, somewhere just to our south. So again, depending on where that low tracks, how much colder is able to be funneled down, this thing's going to wobble around. And with each passing day, we'll get a little bit closer, a little bit more accurate numbers. Just to show you something, this shows you 50 different runs. These are called ensembles. These are 50 different runs of this model, and it shows you here's one all the way down to 50, and it shows all these different colors. These are all different snowfall totals. So this is right now, this is today, this is like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then by Sunday you can see it starts to accumulate. Anything that's in gray basically means it doesn't think we're going to get any snow. So out of these 50 models, you can see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 out of 50 have us getting nothing. So that's still like, a 20% chance. But notice all these pinks, purples, blues. The blues are somewhere, between 2 and 5 inches of snow. The purples are 6 to 8 inches of snow. And then these bright pinks are somewhere around 10 inches of snow. So you can see quite a few of them have us getting a substantial amount of snow. And if you look, here's that model I showed you earlier that's showing us getting about 10 inches of snow. And here's if you average all these different models together, it's showing you this green bar, which is somewhere around 6 inches of snow. Now, who knows what's going to happen at this very moment because it's still 4 days away. But the point is the potential is there for us to get quite a bit of snow and also ice. So this shows you the freezing rain potential. So if we step this forward, you can see there's some freezing rain popping up. But I think this is going to be more of a sleet potential than it is more freezing rain. So bottom line is there is a winter storm coming. It could have a huge impact on our area from Charlotte and points north, like Greensboro, the whole Piedmont area. Someone's going to see several feet of snow from this storm system. The models have been remarkably consistent showing this track, the storm, for several days now. So now's the time to prepare. Don't wait until Saturday afternoon when the storm is on our doorstep. So I'm not saying to go buy your milk and bread, but just have a plan and know when you're going to go to the store and stuff like that, because this could be an extended event. Like I said, all night Saturday night, all day Sunday into Monday. It could be a 2.5 to 3 day event that we could be dealing with. So I will have a later update, probably tomorrow or later tonight, probably tomorrow, when we have new fresh model data and some better handling on who's going to see what. So enjoy your Wednesday. I'll see you all later.